Councilmember Burkhart,
Here.
Member Burkhart.
Here.
Thank you.
You have a quorum. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, we'll welcome everyone that is here this evening. If you're here for an item that is on the agenda, we would ask you to wait for that item to come up. If you're here for an item that is not on the agenda, there will be an opportunity under public communications to address the council. Next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I think we'll dispense with that this evening since we have no flag in the room. We'll move on to the agenda approval. Do we have any changes to the agenda, Mike?
We do not tonight here.
Council, any changes to the agenda?
Nope.
Seeing none, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion approved. Moving on to public hearings. We have 3 public hearings first of all, public communications. We have no scheduled public communications this evening. Is there anyone that would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda? Cindy, anybody online?
No.
Seeing none, we'll move on to public hearings. We have 3 public hearings this evening. The first, 4A, to conduct a public hearing on the matter of adoption plan specifications, formal contract, and estimate of cost for the Northwest 100th Street and Northwest 78th Avenue improvements, Northwest 70th Avenue to Hidden Valley Drive. Consider resolution number 25-80, adopting plan specifications, formal contract, and estimate of cost. Consider the construction bids and consider resolution number 25-81, making award of construction contract. We will open this public hearing at 7:03.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. On March 11th, the city received bids for the Northwest 100th Street, 78th Avenue improvements. There were 2 bidders on the project. The engineer's opinion of probable cost was $5.78 million. The low bid received was $4.595. Certified bid tab shows Inroads was the low bidder on that. Staff and the engineer recommend approval of the project. I can try to answer any questions you have. Matt's also all of everything else.
We always like it when the bids come in under the estimate. Do we have an explanation for that?
It's about 25% under the engineer's estimate. I don't know that I necessarily have that. It was fairly competitive on bids. Matt has anything to add to that?
Yeah, when we had the engineer take a look at the bid tab, it looked like Inroads really sharpened their pencil there. Both Division 7 paving, Division 9 site work were essentially the 2 of the biggest portions, along with earthwork. Like I said, when we really came down to it between the 2 bidders, Inroads just really sharpened their pencil more in those 3 areas. So they won the bid. We have worked with Inroads on a smaller project before. They did the widening there at 100th and Windsor probably 6 years, 7 years ago. So we have worked with them before. So we believe they'll be do well like they did on 100th and Windsor, and we look forward to working with them.
Okay. Any other questions, council?
So this does the trail all from 70th all the way up to 78th and then over to the west, is that right?
Yes, this will extend from 70th up to 82nd, which is the Crosshaven, the furthest most street in Crosshaven. And then it'll also have the trail that runs from 70th over to 78th to connect to the Grimes trail system as well.
It's a 10-foot concrete trail.
Correct.
And then
And the road improvements we'll reconstruct the road. We'll have a full depth reclamation project where we grind off the asphalt, till in a portion of that asphalt along with a cement binder to help stabilize that base. And then we'll have a 6-inch asphalt roadway put back on top of it in 3 separate lifts.
So the road's asphalt, but the trail's concrete,
Correct.
but it's all one contractor doing it.
Yeah, the asphalt contractor will have a concrete sub on the project. We haven't had a pre-construction meeting just yet to tell who those subs are.
Okay, cool, great, thank you. I know the neighbors are excited about the trail, so that's great.
Yeah, it's needed up in that area where they don't have any sidewalk or trail along 100th Street or 78th.
Yep, it's nice.
Any other questions, council? Is there anyone in our audience this evening that has any questions? If not, we will close the public hearing at 7:06. We have a motion to approve resolution number 25-80.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Coe,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Motion passed. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 25-81?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Coe,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Burkhart.
Yes.
Rebooting. See, told you, once something goes wrong.
Plan B.
Brian, sorry, our whole system just crashed here, so we had you on and we were looking for your vote on resolution 2581.
That's a yes. Sorry, I said it, but it must have been right at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Motion passed. Moving on to item 4B. Can you hear me, Brian?
I can.
Okay. Another public hearing, to conduct a public hearing on the matter of adoption plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the Little Beaver Creek Sanitary Sewer Extension, Segment B tree clearing, and consider resolution number 25-82, adopting plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost. Consider construction bids, and consider resolution number 25-83, making award of construction contract. And we'll open this public hearing at 7:08.
March 6th, the city received bids for the Little Beaver Creek Sanitary Sewer Extension Segment B tree clearing project. The project was needed to clear trees prior to the end of March to meet the Iowa DNR requirements for the Indiana bat habitat. The area to be cleared is for the water and sewer project in Northwest Growth area, which will be constructed later this year. And there's only one bid for the project. The engineer's opinion of probable cost was $75,000. Low bidder, J. Pettycord, came in at $72,500. It's 3% under the engineer's estimate. The staff and engineer recommend awarding this project.
Else have any questions? Seeing none, do we have anybody in the audience that would like to ask questions or make comments? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing at 7:09. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 25-82?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion? Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Coe,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Motion passed. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 25-83?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Coe,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Motion passed. Item 4C, conduct a public hearing on the matter of adoption of plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the sidewalk repair program 2024, Zone 2, and consider resolution number 25-84, adopting plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost. Consider construction bids, and consider resolution number 25-85, making award of construction contract. And we'll open this public hearing at 7:10.
On March 23rd, the city received bids for the 2024 sidewalk repair program, segment 2 in the Green Meadows West neighborhood. There were 5 bidders on the project. 2 bidders withdrew their bids due to bidding errors and 2 bidders were unresponsive. The engineer's opinion of probable cost was 1.076 million. The low responsible bidder bid was received was 1.015. The certified bid tab shows TK Construction Inc. was the low bidder. Staff and engineer recommend approval on this project.
Council, any questions? When will the work start?
Matt,
We haven't had a pre-construction meeting, and just one little correction in that we actually took the bid on March 11th, just last week. So we are still working to set a pre-construction meeting up with the contractor, but we would essentially start that here. I would say probably, depending on their timeline, early to mid-April, end of April at the latest.
Well, I know our neighbors out there are excited to not have to walk in the streets anymore, so looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Any
it'll be a good project. I know we've got 137 ramps to replace out there, as well as some sidewalk as well. So looking forward to it.
Any other questions or comments, council? Any questions or comments from the audience?
I guess just questions would be, because I know that we came in as a low bidder under TK, is that correct? By 1,000, I believe.
bid data.
Who's, I
CL
guess,
Construction.
what's that?
CL Construction.
CL Construction was an unresponsible bidder. You did not submit the proper paperwork, or they did not submit the proper paperwork. There wasn't a bid bond with the bid that was submitted.
I guess I'm just kind of sure. We knew that and we were working on it today, but it took us a week to get the bid. We worked with Johnston in the past on Dewey Park project. We weren't required to give our bid bond until the project was accepted. So I was thinking it was the same process for this, and we should have our bid bond by this Wednesday. From that week. We filed it right away after, not knowing. And we should have that bid bond in hand by this Wednesday. And we've done the projects in the past. We've helped multiple residents in Johnston already, and that's where we're just kind of asking for a little bit of forgiveness on this. As a Johnston business, we'd really like the opportunity to take on this project.
Yeah, the past project over at Dewey Park did not require the public bid process, which did not require submitting the bid tab. It was clearly stated in the instruction to bidders that the bid bond needed to be in a separate envelope along with submitting the bid. We did check with legal, Christine Stone, and talk through that process with her. So it's not a error that we can just work with you at a later date to get the bid bond, as all of the other contractors submitted the proper documentation. And I would defer to our legal counsel as well, if they've got anything to add.
Nothing to add, Matt.
It's not something that we can waive.
Correct. Yes, when it's clearly stated to all bidders, it's a matter of fairness. Everybody's on the same notice. There's 2 requirements for accepting a bid: whether or not it's responsive and whether or not the bidder is responsible. So if there was no bid bond submitted in compliance with the instructions to bidders, unfortunately, that bid is not considered responsive, and therefore it cannot be considered as the low bidder for award.
Sorry,
No worries.
there'll be other projects.
Yeah, we just tried to come in and see what we could.
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
do our piece side of that.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming in. We'll have a segment 3 coming up here shortly as well. So look forward to you participating and bidding on that. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to us at Public Works.
Any other questions or comments from the audience?
The one thing I would like to add to this, it does make our 4x 4 panel, approximately 4 inches thick. It does bring that price in at about $150 or just under $150 a square panel.
How does that compare to Green Meadows?
Green Meadows was $278.
I like that.
Yeah,
The residents may not like it as much, but
well, and I think that
Panels
is,
every place.
I think that's reflective. We did the first project, a ramp project separate from the sidewalk portion of that, just due to get the sidewalk program moving. It looks like with the larger area, the more concrete work that's done, you know, with the bulk, it drove the price down a little bit. Because the city's picking up the portion of those 137 ramps. So when you work that out proportion wise or percentage wise, we came in at, like I said, just a little under $150 a square foot.
Good news.
And it is a larger area.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we'll close the public hearing at 7:17. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 25-84?
so moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Coe,
Yes,
Evans,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes,
Motion passed. We have a motion to approve resolution number 25-85.
so moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Burkhart,
yes,
Coe,
Yes,
Evans,
Yes.
Motion passed. Moving on to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move approval.
second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Coe,
Yes,
Burkhart,
yes,
Motion passed. Item 7, the non-consent agenda. Do we have a motion to consider approval of claims in the amount of $1,384,184.37?
move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Cindy, vote please.
Councilmember Burkhart,
yes,
Coe,
Yes,
Evans,
Yes.
Motion passed. City administrator comments.
I don't have any.
Staff comments.
Yeah, I just have a couple of quick things. I appreciate everybody
course.
being able to appreciate everybody be able to putting a meeting together tonight to have those public hearings. And then keep an eye on your email. We do have our East of Merle Hay public meeting next week on the 26th. And then with the projects that we set tonight, 100th Street, you should have received a calendar invite for April 8th. There will be the sidewalk program. We'll have a meeting on that. That's to be determined once we get the contractor on board, know a little bit more about their schedule. So just look on your calendar, your emails for those upcoming meetings.
Matt, we also sent out the sidewalk invite last Friday for the next phase of the sidewalk improvements as well.
Yes, thanks, Nate. We do have those upcoming. We will be having that meeting here shortly. I believe it's first part of April 3rd for that segment 3, which really is kind of around the library, so north of the library as well as the North Glen neighborhood.
You'll be sending us meeting invites for that.
Yeah, I've been working with Janet. She'll be sending those invites to the council and everybody, mayor and council.
Any other staff comments? Chief, any staff comment? Moving on to city council comments. Councilman,
I'll pass.
Councilman Burkhart.
I do want to take just a moment to thank everybody who's there in person for moving forward with the city's business, and I apologize for my remote connection. I also just want to take a quick moment and say thank you to our public works department. They extended an invitation to me to ride along on a snowplow a week ago. It was an awesome and very enlightening experience. I'll tell you more about it later, but thanks so much.
Let's hope that's the last opportunity to do that.
I think it's coming back Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
sounds
Brian,
like it's
for
gonna
jumping
be
in.
loud.
You're very welcome. Thanks all of you.
I have no comments to add tonight, so with that, is there anything else coming before the council this evening? No, we are adjourned.
Thank you, Brian.
We've got that done in 20 minutes.
Thank you.
No worries. We knew we were messed up, but.